Devil0020s here, back from another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Destiny 2 and my initial thoughts on Destiny 2. I did buy Destiny 2 day one, but unfortunately I've not had that much time to play the game because of work. I have clocked about 7, maybe 8 hours in the game, maybe a little bit more than that, and I've only really had time to play it maybe 1 or 2 hours at a time, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on what I'm doing. But yeah, I've been playing it and not quite enjoying it at the minute. There are a few things that's really bugging me about the game, and there's a few things I actually do like about the game. So this is just my initial thoughts on the game. This is not a review or anything like that. I probably will save that for private mittens and let him actually review the game once he actually gets to play the game. I don't think he's bought it yet, so yeah, that might be a while, guys. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So I'm going to start off with a negative. Why I want to buy this, well, buy Destiny 2 out of Tesco, which is a UK retail shop which sells like groceries and video game DVDs, sort of like Walmart in America. I seen a big sticker sitting on the bottom of the cover. It said, "Pre-order the Destiny 2 expansion packs right now." I was just like, are you kidding me? They're already promoting the expansion packs for the game day one. That is a bad sign to me, and it just really goes to show that this game is just lacking content. It's not going to be able to keep everyone happy just for the next couple of months. Obviously that's probably why they're releasing the DLC so early. Yeah, I'm just going to call it DLC because that's what it bloody is, DLC. I apparently heard from a few people that their friends bought this like day one. They went for the midnight launch of the game and they stayed up all night and already completed the game, well, the campaign of the game already, and that's absolutely crazy. I probably wouldn't bother doing that, like, but the campaign must not be that long if they can already beat the campaign in that short amount of time. But yeah, I just find it really dodgy that they're already promoting DLC for the game just within a couple of months. And the first DLC is getting released within the first couple of months, the actual game coming out. I think it's October, November it's coming out, and the second one's coming out in maybe it's March next year. I don't think it's actually been confirmed for an actual date next year. I think it just said coming next year when I checked on the website. But yeah, it just really goes to show that this game is really lacking content, and this game's DLC is probably locked on the desk and people just don't know about it. So like what Capcom did with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if people gave them a free pass like they do with Nintendo. It'd be DLC on the disc all the time, and they don't seem to get any repercussions out of it either. But whatever. Yeah, that's just my initial thought on that one. So let's talk about a positive next, because this is actually a really good positive one, which is the clans. If you played Destiny 1 and you were in a clan, you know it was really pointless. You could go in a clan to pretty much just play with your mates, and that was it. All you were pretty much just getting was like the tag of your clan below your name, and that's it. Well, this one, you actually can level up your clan. You can gain rewards for actually leveling up your clan to a certain level. They were supposed to do this with Destiny 1 apparently, but they just never bothered with ours. I'm glad they brought that back in Destiny 2 and actually did something more of it this time. That's really great because, as I said before, the first one, the clans in the first one, absolutely fucking pointless and no real need for it. And going back to another negative is that you can actually take your character from the first game over. But the problem with this is that it doesn't do anything. All you're pretty much just getting is your character's looks, nothing else. You don't get anything special. You don't get any rewards for bringing your character over like in other games. It's just oh, your character loot this way in the first one, it's going to loot this way in the second one. I don't really care that your light level or your weapons or your armor or nothing else carried over, but to carry your character over and just give you nothing, just it's fucking pointless. Why did they put that in the game? You might as well just make a new fucking character. Maybe there is something that you do with your character, maybe there is a reward for your character coming for Destiny 1, and maybe I just don't know about it. But so far, from what I've seen, there's just nothing that really makes you want to carry your new character from the first game. And so yeah. So the next positive is that it's actually a lot easier to get loot in this one. When I was playing the first game with Private Mittens, there was a lot of time where one of us will get like a ton of loot and the other one will get like fuck all. It really irritated the fuck out of us sometimes, and then sometimes you actually get like loot for a different class which you weren't even using. Me and Private used to go the hunters, and we used to get like rewards for like the warlocks and the other class, the Titans. I can't remember what the name was, and it used to really piss us off. It's like, what the fuck is the point of this? You can't even do anything with it, so what the fuck is the point of giving us loot for our characters? And I don't know if they actually, that can still happen in the second one. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I do like the fact that it's far easier to get a lot higher light level than you could in the first one, just by playing the main game and not doing anything else. Because when I was playing the first game, when I was playing the campaign, from what I remember, it was very hard to get your light level up past a certain point, because you weren't really getting that much good equipment at the time. So to get the better equipment, you pretty much just had to level your character to the highest level as fast as possible, and then just do the raids and all the daily stuff you had to do anyway to get your character up the rest of the levels, or light level. So yeah, I think that's a lot better thing that they actually put into this game. So next, lock content. So if you played Destiny 2 already, you will know that you can actually get like dances like you could in the first one. In the first one, I think you can buy just the dances if you have enough like silver, but with this one, apparently a lot of the dances and a lot of the stuff is actually hid behind a paywall, which you actually have to pay to actually get. That is shitty as shit, if that is true. I haven't even bothered checking this. Well, I've checked it up. I know you can't access the certain dances and certain stuff. But I thought it would be like the first one where you can get silver. You get silver sometimes during a mission or during a couple of missions, and then you can also buy silver if you want to, but you do actually get silver. This one, from the looks of it, it's just all hid behind the paywall, and you actually don't get silver during the game itself. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I love the quote from the first one where they turned around and said, "Oh, we're not going to make you pay deals, make you pay microtransactions for anything in the game." They said this in the first one, and then I think it was like a year down the line, what did they do? Microtransactions. That just really fucking pissed me off in the first one, really pissed me off in the second one, and I'm so regretting buying the game now because of all this shit. But yeah, what the fuck is with games nowadays having to have microtransactions? It's just ruining gaming. That's what it is. They're just trying to make gaming more like mobiles, because with mobile games you can pay real money and you can unlock different stuff for the games and blah 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 blah. It just really annoys the fuck out of me. Why do they have to fucking do that? It's just really irritating. I fucking blame EA for it. EA is the one who started that shit. So yeah. So my next positive is the story's good, but it just seems to lack sometimes. Sometimes it's just really interesting. It becomes really in depth, but then sometimes it's just like, go here, do this, you passed, go here, do this. You're just like, what the fuck? I thought they were supposed to be improving the story in the second one. The second one just seems to have the story in the second one seems to be worse than the story in the first one, and the first one didn't really fucking even have a story. So yeah, it seems like they were trying, but they just didn't try hard enough for the story, and they really focused just on everything else aside from the story. But that's another thing with this gen. They're just, game developers aren't really focusing on stories, they're focusing more on multiplayer, unless the game is single player only, which then they will focus on the story. But if it has multiplayer, they're more interested in doing the multiplayer than they are a story to the game, because they know like 90% of the people who play the game are just going to go straight to the multiplayer rather than play the story. Call of Duty is a good example for this. So yeah, that was just another negative. Oh, well, it was a positive, but it was a negative as well. It was sort of. So another negative I find on this game is, it's not just a minor negative. It's nothing really severe. That they show your character off, and it shows your character without his or her helmet off, and the characters are actually interacting with each other while the NPCs are interacting with you and the ghost, and you don't even fucking talk. They made you fucking mute again. If they're going to go to such lengths to show your face and make it all about you and stuff like that, why didn't they give your fucking character a voice? Like, they're pretty much just getting the ghost to talk for you. And I don't mind listening to Nolan North. Nolan North's absolutely epic. But for God's sake, they could at least give your character a few dialogue instead of just sitting there shaking his or her head like a fucking dickhead. But yeah, that just really annoyed me. It's just a minor gripe I have with the game. I don't mind that they're mute, but it's the fact that they're making the game more about the story than they are anything else. So why not just give your character a voice? Will it just cost them too much to bring on voice actors? They're getting people to play do the voices anyway. So what's one, maybe two more characters' voices? Maybe hiring someone to do multiple voices. Well, two people do multiple voices, obviously, for the male and the female. But yeah, it's just another stupid minor gripe. It's just silly, to be honest. I don't know why they didn't bother doing that. But yeah. So another thing I have to give the game is that the game itself does look absolutely fantastic. I'm sure it looks even better on PC than it does on the consoles. But yeah, the environments are great. I like the fact that they're introducing you to new worlds, so you're not going back to like Mars or well, you're going back to Earth, but you're going to different parts of Earth, and you have other planets to go to as well, and they're all very, very different, and it's just really great, because they're going to make you sort of stranded and not have your light, which, spoiler alert, sorry, and they're making you explore more. It's great that they can let you explore new worlds and not just bring you back to Mars. I can't remember some of their fucking planets, the Dreadnought and whatever else the levels there were. But yeah, the environments in the game look absolutely great. There's a variety of different terrains. There's ruins, there's broken buildings, there's factories. There's all different sorts of levels to explore. But yeah, graphics are absolutely fantastic. They definitely improved in that, and that is a good thing, because you didn't really want to pay £45, maybe $60, whatever it costs wherever you guys live, for a game that just looked as good as a game that came out in the PS3. I know they improved the graphics in the PS4 and the Xbox, but they didn't really improve it that much. And I thought that would be a waste of money if they didn't improve the graphics at least a bit. They did improve the graphics quite a bit, and it really does show. So another thing that I really didn't like about the game is that the fact that I have not been fucking given my Sparrow yet. And I was looking this up before I made this video, and apparently you don't get the fucking Sparrow. I'm sorry for all swearing, but you don't get the Sparrow until you complete the bloody story, because they want you to bloody explore. And there's some places where you have to go, it's like across the map, and it's far faster to travel by Sparrow than it is on foot. My Northern Irish accent was showing there. But yeah, they expect you to bloody walk from one side of the map to the bloody other, and it takes absolutely ages going on foot. Why the hell did they have to hold the Sparrows back until after you complete the damn campaign? It's just really, really stupid, and I just did not know what they were thinking. So the last thing I want to talk about is the actual fact that I find it actually hard to get any matchmaking things on the Crucible. Every time I go to start the Crucible, I am waiting 10-15 minutes to try and find people. It's only bloody 8 people in a bloody match. It's not like it's 325 fucking people. It's 8 people and it struggles to find a match. I don't know if it's because people aren't playing the Crucible at the minute because they're doing the story, or it's just that I have no idea how to explain what the fuck is going on in Destiny, Bungie. But yeah, I just find it really hard to actually be able to play Crucible when I have a bloody quest to actually play Crucible and I'm unable to. It's really fucking frustrating as well. As I said, Permanent has not got this game yet, and I'm hoping that we'll play this game together. I know it's not region locked or anything like that, but what I mean is, I'm also finding it hard to stay connected to the servers long enough to enjoy the game. When I play the game, I can play for an hour or two, and then maybe a little bit longer than that, but after a while I seem to get disconnected. I keep getting Urko Baboon, which I type into Google to find out what the hell it's about, and lo and behold, I can't even fucking find anything about it. So yeah, I'm just chalking it down to first couple weeks servers are going to be shit. I should have knew that by then. I should have knew that when I was purchasing buying the game, and I should have just held off on it. Do I regret buying the game? Sort of. I sort of do regret buying the game. I did buy Destiny 1 day one. I was quite disappointed by Destiny 1, how much content it was lacking. But I bought it anyway, and it's the same with this one. One thing I gotta say though is it actually has a decent boss in it, or a decent villain in the game, who's got actual motive to trying to destroy you and the rest of the Guardians. So yeah, that's a plus. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Destiny. How long you've been playing it? How many hours have you put into it? What level are you? Are you having any problems with the game as well, or is it just me, my crappy internet? But yeah, leave that in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more content from me and Permanent. This is Devil0020s saying keep on gaming, and I will see you next time.